You saw the movie Gravity and you figured, hey, you know what I really want to do? I want to be lost in space forever. Well, this is the game for you. This is Above VR. Hey guys, this is Moriarty.
And I'm Crypto Spook. And as a matter of fact, I absolutely loved the movie Gravity, and I watched it multiple times.
This is not really a game. It's more of an experience. There's not even a whole lot of story there. It's difficult to say that there's really much of anything here, except that you are in space. You are on an EVA, extravehicular activity, from the space station, and while you're out, the space station is destroyed by some sort of cataclysmic event.
Oh God, is the world destroyed as well?
No.
So just you, alone, in the cosmos, the only human being left not on planet Earth.
Correct.
Now that's alone.
And while you are doing this, your oxygen meter is very slowly ticking down.
So I noticed that there's not a lot of sound. Is there any sound represented in the game?
There is music and alarms.
And I see, I see now. Yes, so I could just imagine that. I mean, I guess the explosion wouldn't be very big, but that would be terrible.
Yep, and then you spend the next 15 minutes in space. Nothing's happening. You can't go anywhere. You can float around. You can choose where you float around. But you can't do anything. You just kind of sit there and slowly watch your oxygen tank deplete.
So my guess is that North Korea, in an act of bold defiance, has finally created an intercontinental ballistic missile, and to prove that they're serious about using it, they decided to destroy the Mir space station.
The Mir space station fell to Earth many, many decades ago.
Did it? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yes. That is not the great one. Wait, are you using that oxygen for altitude and attitude?
No, it just slowly ticks down all by itself. This is an interesting experience, and I actually recommend that you play it. And here's why. It is 15 minutes of reflection by yourself, listening to music. And what was interesting to me is that I found myself eventually sitting there and going, man, what would I do? What would I do if I was in space and I knew that I had 15 minutes before I suffocated and died? What would I do? I ended up floating over various members of my family's houses on the planet, saying, you know what I would do? I think what I would want to do is look down and say, you know, I love you, Mom. And that's it.
So it's a great game for introspection then.
And that's the thing, it's not really even a game. You can circle the globe, maybe, if you have enough time and you're particularly dedicated to it. But you don't move very quickly. It takes a long time to go anywhere. Nothing changes. The sun rises and you can see it rising slowly around the Earth, and you'll see it touching and opening up more lands as it touches the light. But it's a very slow game.
This is a pretty good example of how skewed globes are in the way that they represent land masses. For instance, on a globe, Africa, the continent, is represented as something like 1/3 of its actual size.
Yeah.
Just due to the shape of the globe and how, it looks and how we have to portray it on the map, but in reality, it's absolutely enormously massive.
I like how Greenland looks like it's the same size as Africa, but it's actually like the size of England.
That's very, very small.
One of the interesting things is that as you begin playing, Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture starts playing in the background in your last 10%. That's about it. You just kind of sit there staring down at the world, knowing that your time is limited. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to save you. You couldn't change anything. You couldn't stop anything, touch anything. All you could do was sit there and stare at your impending doom. I still recommend it. It's definitely not for everybody.
So now I can only wonder if your body has a geosynchronous orbit, or if you will eventually become a shooting star. What a way to go, though.
So that's Above VR. It's not for everybody, but I recommend it. I spent my time dying in space, floating above the houses of my loved ones, wondering what I would say and if I would be okay with where I am today, leaving them behind. Your experience might be completely different as you wonder about those damn dirty Krauts and what they did to you.
What?
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you would choose to do. What would you be thinking about in your last 15 minutes looking down at Earth? Don't forget to subscribe, check out the Patreon, and as always,
We'll see you on the next one.